All right. Good morning, Adam. My name is Gifty from the SBDC. How are you?
I am great, and you have a great name for convenient cells, Gifty.
Perfect for today's workshop. Yes, okay. So, yeah, I guess we're waiting for a few people to
How
come
many people
on.
registered, do you know?
I'll have to ask Kayla. I'm actually trying to get a hold of her. She should be on shortly. She was taking the registration.
One second.
Okay, no problem. Mm. So, I know it's really bad weather, but this is an online workshop, so it shouldn't um, sort of interfere with this, the weather
That's
anyway.
okay. We've got a nice presentation prepared. Hopefully, if a lot of people don't show up, then they'll be able to watch it on their own.
On their own, that's true. That's true.
And we will tell
Right.
you why convenient cells.
Yes. Convenience sales. I think we've had this presentation in the past, right?
A
A
while
few
ago, yeah, we've
times, a
updated
while
it.
back.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Um,
remember that. I remember that. Right. Okay. So we'll wait for the office crew to join. Let me give them a chat. It's almost 9. So let's see.
And Gifty, feel free to ask questions or, this is a dialogue. I
Yes,
get bored
right,
hearing
right.
myself talk constantly. So,
No problem. That was one of the questions I had for you. If we would wait till the end or if you want to take presentations as they go along. So
no, it should be a dialogue.
dialogue.
Morning, Steve.
Perfect. Yes.
Steve, the better looking customer success director than myself.
Yes, yes,
So he's
yes.
glad to be here. Good morning,
Right.
everyone.
Okay. So let's see. Oh, perfect. People are joining. That's good. We just give it a few more minutes, please, if that's okay.
I guess then you'll let everybody in, I assume.
I think we had much more people register, so we'll give them a few minutes.
But do you have to let them in
Okay.
because I only see the three of us.
Really? There's a lot more people. Kayla is the host, so she's the one I'm trying to get a hold of, but a lot more have joined. We have about 9 or 10 people so far. Let me try and call the office and there are a few people on chat. Okay. So,
Yeah, I need to be able to allowed to share.
right. And yeah, let me find out where the host is. Give me a minute, please. All right. Okay.
Yeah. All right, we have a nice turnout. Now, if I only have the power to show the presentation, everything will be good. You don't see anybody else, do you?
I see a few names.
No, but do you see on your screen? Do you see
Yeah,
anybody? Oh, okay, because I don't. That's interesting.
it's probably just maybe how you have it set up for the view.
Why would I see you? Video, select camera, blur my background, video settings. Video settings. Should I give myself an avatar?
Mm.
It's funny. Promote gallery. Yeah, I have it as gallery. It's not coming up. It's interesting. Yeah, under gallery, right? I do multi-speaker, correct? Or gallery, just gallery view.
Just gallery should get
Yeah,
you. Yeah.
it's on. So odd.
Are you able to share? I'm not allowed to share.
Nope.
I'm trying to reach them right now. I think we have a slight delay. Please bear with us, please. She's-
Okay. It's so odd. I've never had it before. Multi-speaker. There you go. Okay. Hello, everybody. Just give us a second. Whoever set this up has to make me the host. I promise you an enjoyable presentation. In the meantime, while we wait, if everybody wants to put their contact information in the chat, I've added mine in case anybody wants to reach out afterwards. Happy to have it. Worst case.
Kayla, we're waiting on the on this on we're on Zoom for the workshop, and it is 9:07. Oh, okay. Can you allow the presenter to share? No problem. Okay, thanks. Sure. Okay, so she's going to allow you to share the screen. We had a slight delay because of the weather trying to get in this morning, so sorry about that. And I think we should be set in the next minute or two. She's doing that right now. Sorry about that, Adam, and all the participants this
It's all
morning.
good. If you're a small business owner and you can't handle controversy or adversity, you shouldn't be in it. You shouldn't be running a small business. This is a slow Wednesday for us, by the way.
Right, right.
Oh, you got in touch with the person who's the host, who's gonna okay. You're on mute, Gifty. Hello, Anna Cruz.
Okay, sorry, I guess I was muted. Uh, Kayla is getting us a sec now. She's going to allow us to share the screen. Sorry about the delay. So maybe I could do the introduction in the meantime. So is that okay? I think we have enough
Good morning. Hi, Gifty.
Hi. All right. So Kayla, we're trying to get the presenter to share his screen. If you can help us with
There
that.
you go.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. So let me make a quick introduction here. Good morning, everyone, and thank you again for joining us this morning. My apologies for the delay. My name is Gifty Ostrander. I'm a Senior Business Advisor at the Stony Brook SBDC. Welcome to today's workshop, and thank you to our speaker, Adam Haber. He is the co-founder and CEO of Trellus. He will share a brief overview of his background and give us a bit of information about his company shortly. So Adam will give us an overview of the Trellus business model. It's a convenience e-commerce marketplace for small businesses to participate in. We will learn how to attract more customers by offering convenience and compete with larger e-commerce platforms. So I want to take a brief moment to talk about our SBDC services. We offer free and confidential one-on-one counseling for a wide variety of businesses. It could be a startup, it could be an existing business, it could just be an idea that you have and you want to explore its potential. So by all means, reach out to us if you have any need for our services. We provide assistance in counseling in a variety of areas: business planning, access to capital, industry research, financial planning, marketing, manufacturing, and the list goes on. So by all means, please reach out to us if you have any questions. If it's just an idea you have, whatever it is, reach out to us and let's see. We have a wide resource pool that we can get assistance from, even if it's beyond what we do. So we will share information on how to make an appointment with us in the chat as we get started. So Adam has stated that we can ask questions. So please feel free to put your questions in the chat and he will field them as we go along. We have Kayla who would sort of point out if we need to take a short break to ask questions. At this point, let's turn this presentation over to Adam, our presenter, and thank you so much for coming today.
Well, Gifty, thank you for that warm introduction. My name is Adam Haber. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Trellus. I've got Steve Blau on the call with us. He is our customer success director and helps the businesses get up and running and selling directly to consumers. I'm excited to be here today. I want to share with you, our journey and what our business model is and explain what's the best way to make your business the most successful it can be with the least amount of capital and effort. And I always tell everybody that we work with that working smarter, not harder, is the way to go. A lot of people think if you do everything It's a great way to be successful, but it's also a great way to drop dead of exhaustion. So let's get to the presentation. For some reason, I'm having trouble sharing my screen now. My screen is right here. I'm not having trouble anymore. Let me get to my presentation and we will start right away. It is right over here. Okay, everybody see this? Steve, can you just shake your head? Okay, so this is the second time we've presented with the SBDC. They're a great resource to help your business get started. Some businesses need forms or certain licenses to get going. I know one gal said she's starting a liquor store. You probably need a state liquor authority license, but there's a host of things that we're going to go over today. A very unique business model that we created about 5 years ago to help mom and pop businesses compete against corporate giants. You don't have the resources, the capital, and everything else you need to sell, advertise, and get customers to adopt you. So Trellus was created to help small businesses compete. We're a unique marketplace. We've got about 1,000 customers in New York, California, and Oregon. We have expanded to, probably soon to be Texas also, where we provide last mile logistics only for small businesses. And we have a shop local marketplace on Long Island and in Northern California, where we have about 300 businesses with all their products on there that you could buy and have delivered same day. And the reason we founded this unique business model is because I got tired of seeing small businesses go out of business. I had driven my son to college about 6 years ago, and going down the main highway to Wake Forest University, there was a Target, Walmart, Best Buy, Dollar Store. And 5 miles later, there was a Target, Walmart, Best Buy, Dollar Store. And that kept repeating. And there weren't unique businesses like we have on Long Island and in Northern California, where they're, the local proprietors and they're shop small businesses, not national chains. Many years ago, Walmart came in and clear cut every small business in America and destroyed the way of life that we have, where there's great downtowns where you can work, shop, and play, and America became chainified. So Trellus was created to help arm small businesses with the tools they need to fight back. So that's the whole crux of our business model. We'll go over why, how, and what we do. And I'm pretty sure you could raise your hand on here. Steve, if you see a hand up, please let me know. I want this to be a dialogue. I want to ask, we could ask questions during it. You could ask questions afterwards. I get bored hearing my own voice for more than 10 minutes, so hopefully that won't be the case. But we're excited to be here, and we love what we do. It is the most exciting project I've ever been part of. So why are you here today? There's several reasons why you're here. I mean, the SBDC is helping you get started, but there's several challenges you face as a small business owner. You've got to get a website, unless you could sell directly to your customers where they are, whether they come in your store, which everybody wants, or they shop online, which is 1 out of every $4 is through e-commerce. And Amazon dominates that with Walmart. And how do you get your products to consumers? We all want them coming into stores, but the reality is a lot of these businesses, especially the national chains, offer the ability to buy and have it delivered same day or next day. And in a snowstorm like we had over the last couple of days, people aren't leaving their homes and they still need to shop. They still need to buy things. And the convenience that you're offering your customer through an e-commerce platform and the ability to shop locally helps them support you. The old model where you have an AOL and O website, for anybody who has that, please excuse me because I was that guy many years ago, doesn't work. And you'll be out of business unless you adopt. And changing the way you do business is scary. But unless you try new things, make mistakes, and then try them again, you're not a real entrepreneur. So we're here to share our model. I'll share very candidly some of the things we made a mistake on, the things that we're doing, but I'm excited to be here. So here's the problem. Small businesses just cannot compete with Amazon, DoorDash, 1-800-Flowers, Drizzly before they were bought out by Uber, Walmart, Etsy, you name it. You need to compete on the speed of the offering and the product. So if you're sitting home and you've got a birthday party tonight and you don't have time to run out to buy a toy, you're going to go to Amazon or Walmart or somewhere. You're not going to go to your local toy store because they don't have that. Same thing with clothing or food. We also have alcohol on our platform, a lot of baked goods and candies and chocolates. We have jewelry. There's a lot of reasons why people shop. But in reality, people want to support the small businesses they know and love, and we make it easy. So when you start your business, it's really important to create a social media presence that make the videos interesting and exciting. You could look at our platform. We've got 4,000 organic followers on Instagram, and we share what we do with stories that are interesting or interactive, and getting the engaged viewer to watch your Instagram feed and be excited about your business it's on you. But that's also creating an interesting website where they go and shop, and it's also being able to serve them with delivery. And we'll go through everything we've done so far. So there's Gil. He's our customer success. I'm sorry, he's our driver director. Came over from Amazon, believe it or not. But these are a small sampling of some of the stores on our platform. And to be candid, let me get back there. Sorry. Well, my screen. How do we get back there? There we go. To be candid, 40% of every purchase that you purchase locally keeps the money in your community. So why is that important? Uh, if a dollar is purchased at the local toy store, then that person goes and buys chocolates, and that person goes and buys flowers, and that helps raise tax revenue and helps your home values. When you shop at Walmart or Best Buy or Target or Walmart, that money leaves the community, and really 14% of that money stays local. So you're getting a huge gap between uh, how your tax dollars and how your e-commerce dollars circulate in the local economy, and how they leave when you shop at a big box store. So that extra few cents you save by supporting a national chain or getting something from a store you may not know really hurts you in the long run. Most people don't realize that, but shopping at a local business helps your community. And think about the Walmart model. They went into a town, lowered prices, put every mom and pop shop out of business, and then they raised the prices when they left. And now all you have is a Walmart with everybody working there making minimum wage. Shopping local helps wages, helps tax revenue, and helps keep your downtowns and home values vibrant. It's just a fact. And that's one of the reasons why we started this business. So after COVID, the reality is online shopping exploded. People expected to be delivered products same day. You couldn't leave your house, and the only way you could go shopping was basically get something online. And getting things in a couple days is not what you're used to. People want to get things when they buy them, they want them. It's as simple as that. Amazon's got 10 million square foot warehouses on Long Island, whose goal is to put every small business out of business and sell you everything you need. Well, the reality is Amazon sells mostly commodity-based items, and Trellus was formed to help those unique boutiques and independent stores that you just can't get, whether it's fresh food or unique clothing that aren't commodities that you really want, to your door quickly. To get a phone charger or a phone case, you can buy that anywhere, but to buy Lazar's chocolates, you really can only buy them on Trellus. A lot of our businesses are very unique. So social media is a big deal. Having a presence on social media, sharing details, maybe 10% off with a code, and we'll go into that in a bit. But being able to find your shoppers where they are, giving them the tools and the ability to shop at your store quickly with speed. They buy it, they want it today. So you need to include the ability to have same day delivery as part of your platform, because that's what they want. When you buy something, you want it now. You don't want to wait a week or 2 weeks. And a lot of times people don't want to pay for delivery. And the reality is somebody's paying for delivery, and either it's baked into the price, your free delivery from your DoorDash hamburger that's $25 really costs $10 in the store. They just raised the price. So baking the price into breaking delivery into the sales price, or having it just be a small part of your margin, saying, for example, buy over $100, we'll give you free delivery. It's a way to increase your basket size. So if you own a store, especially a low margin liquor store, for example, if you say, hey, free delivery over $100, well, you're going to get them to buy more stuff, because it's a fact that people want free delivery more than they want a discount. The word free sets off some kind of Pavlovian response in your brain, and it's what people want more than discounts. I didn't believe that, but we tried a lot of different things when we got this started, and it works. Let me just get back to a different view of sharing my screen because I want to see the participants in case somebody raises their hand. So excuse the technical difficulties here, but we'll get there. Here we are. Okay. All right, where'd my presentation go? Sorry about that, folks. I have two going on. How's that? Share my screen. Steve, I'm killing myself here. Let me share my screen again. Sorry.
Yeah.
There you go. Back to normal. So Lazar's was one of our earliest adopters. They needed us for delivery. So what they did was we have something called an open API. They integrated their POS system and their website into our back-end delivery model, which I'll go through after the presentation. And when he gets an order at checkout, the customer can choose curbside pickup, same-day delivery by Trellus, or he also could sell nationally, and he has UPS as a selection at checkout. So now he gets his customers whether they want to come in the store and really get it quickly, whether they want it delivered, or they want to buy outside of the area. You want to increase your ability to sell as many ways as humanly possible. And he's done a great job. His business is thriving. So this is an interesting stat. People now, as of 5 years ago in COVID, they expect retailers to offer same-day delivery, and they want it for free. And where'd that come from? Well, Amazon's brilliant. They make you pay a one-time fee of $250 a year for Amazon Prime, and then you get free delivery. So you're paying over $20 a month, and that means you have to purchase at least 4 things to make it worthwhile, but you're not getting free delivery, you're paying for it. Companies that really give you free delivery, they either bake it into the price and raise the price, or they eat it in their retail cost. If you have high margin products like candy, it's a lot easier than if you have a low margin product like alcohol. Or jewelry is another one where you could offer free delivery. But this is what your customers want. And customers and consumers want the ability to have things the way they want them, whether it's, again, curbside, same day, shopping locally. They want to be met where their needs are. And it's not about you, it's about serving your customer and what they want. Using the word I when you're selling to your customers is a recipe for disaster. It's about you, the customer, and how we're going to serve you. So these are incredible stats. They want something, same day delivery, they want it free, or they want it as soon as possible, or they need a gift. If you buy things, you need them. You need something from CVS. Well, we have drugstores on our platform. You can get the same alcohol or drugs or anything you need, including Band-Aids and stuff like that on our platform. But most of our platforms towards gifting and products that you really won't find anywhere else. But consumers want their stuff and they want it when they buy it. So offering the ability of convenience is extremely important. And here's my favorite line. I heard this since we started. But my customers want to shop in person, which really means I want them in the store so I could sell more stuff. Well, your customers on a beautiful sunny day will come into your store. But there's 2.5 feet of snow in my backyard and it snowed again today. They're not coming out. So if you own a retail store and you're open, you're probably twiddling your thumbs. But imagine if you had the ability to connect with your customers and shoot them a quick email or text them, hey, today only, same day delivery, 10% off everything in the store. People buy things on impulse. When you go to a supermarket and at the counter, there's things that you grab without even thinking and just throw into your bag, like a 5-hour energy or a chocolate or something that you just didn't even think you needed. That's your job as a consumer, to get them to buy things, increase your basket size. Because delivering one $20 item is the same cost as delivering 5 $300 items altogether. So getting them to increase basket size is a big deal. And whether they want to come into your store or not, they know what they want. And again, 1 in every $4 is from e-commerce, and that's growing year over year. So home delivery is the top method of why consumers shop online, especially during the holidays. You're a busy working parent. You've got kids to take care of. You work a job, long hours. The last thing you want to do is go to the mall, fight traffic, park, spend a half an hour finding what you want, only to find out they're out of stock. Online, it's a lot easier and more convenient. So baby boomers, myself, I'm actually Gen X, but I'm 1 year from being a baby boomer. They need home delivery because a lot of them physically can't get out of the house. But Gen Z, grew up with their phones. They were conditioned to shop online. They don't know anything else. So if you want those people to come to your store, you have to offer convenience. So blending a retail shop online, pick up at the store, shop online, deliver, giving them all the opportunities they need and being convenient will grow your sales. So tech, uh, having your own driver, gas, car, and insurance, having your driver available 77 days a week, 365 days a year is 70 grand a year, even if you only pay the driver 15 or $20 an hour before you even do a single delivery. So using a business like ours or a third party delivery service, when you only pay when you use them, allows you to offer that convenience. And if you're an independent business owner and you try and do it yourself, I can't tell you how many merchants do deliveries after the store closes. After, they close their door for a half an hour, be back in 10 minutes. Well, you're missing customers coming into your store if you're running out to do deliveries. You can't do it all. And to be a successful business owner, you know that your time is worth something. Your time is not worth the $10 or $7 it'll cost you to deliver something. It's probably worth more like $50 or $100 an hour if you're running a store and paying overhead. So outsourcing a lot of the things that you need done, it could even be social media, will help you run more efficiently. So what small businesses need is what we try to give them is the ability to onboard on a website very easily. We give you that tech at no cost. The ability to do multiple deliveries at once. So one of the things we got from our merchants when we started delivery over 5 years ago is you may have a route. You might have a bread store. You might have a liquor store. You might have somebody who buys on a subscription, and the ability to route over 100 miles and only pay from that last stop drives your cost down. We have a very unique tech stack that allows you as a merchant to do up to 49 deliveries at once. We actually have some farms on the East End that deliver all the way to Mineola, and that last delivery is only $8 because we only charge from the previous stop. So getting your deliveries pushed into one day, if possible, is a great way to drive your costs down. And having those deliveries optimized, meaning time is a commodity, not doing them yourself and guessing what's the fastest way, but using technology that's simple and affordable is the way to go and do it. So these are all stats on the right-hand side about the challenges that you have in running your own business and doing the delivery, but the tech we've built. We've gotten feedback from our 1,000 merchants. We know it works. I'll go through it after this presentation is over, in between any Q&A. But there's a lot of things you need to do. It's not 1980 when I used to have a mullet and a lot more hair. It's 2025, and you need to adapt very quickly to the technology and the way things are changing, or you're just not going to be able to have a successful business. And yeah, I did have a mullet, in case you're curious. So small businesses need it. Consumers want it. It's the fact. These are real stats that 71% of respondents order from Amazon or other retailers because they have convenience. We went through this earlier in the conversation. You've got to meet your customers where they shop. Think about somebody who broke their leg and can't get out of the house, or they're disabled, or they're seniors. They're only shopping online. We actually have delivery routes that we do for food banks. And there's a lot of people who wouldn't get food if it wasn't for the ability to have it delivered to them because they can't come and pick it up. Not everybody has a car. A lot of people who live in the city don't, and they expect to have things delivered. Convenience is a big deal where people spend their money, and it keeps them shopping and coming back. These are real stats, and these numbers actually grow every year. So, return on investment. You invest in the tech, you're going to get more sales. It's just as simple as that. You can't just hang a shingle, expect people to show up and it magically work. It becomes an issue of cost to you to be profitable and the consumer. So for you to be successful long term, you're never going to stop the person who's going to price shop and go to 6 gas stations to find a nickel lower in gas, even though it costs them more money to drive around town. That was my dad back in the 1980s. But people will shop and comparison shop. But as long as your price is in the ballpark, you don't have to be the cheapest, and you can get them the products they want, they'll support you. So believe it or not, Amazon has algorithms. They know how to squeeze every nickel out of you either taking your percentage of your sale or had a price compared to things around you. They're not the cheapest products out there. They give you the impression that they are, but then when they have a product that does very well, they'll knock it off with a house brand. So your goal is not to beat them on price because that's a race to the bottom. Your goal is to beat them on service and know your customer. Keep a database of your customer. They come in the store, you have a conversation, get their email, ask if you can send them text updates or discounts. Hey, we want to serve you. We want to keep you coming back. Can we send you updates? They'll give it to you. They want something. They want to be connected with, and it's up to you to ask. And a wise person once said to me, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. It's better to be asked politely and be told no than not ask and not have the resources you want. So as a small business owner, building a database of phone numbers for texting, no one likes to be called anymore, for emails, for direct mail pieces, for getting them to like you on Instagram. Maybe you'll give them 10% off if they follow you on Instagram. Now you've got that customer where they live, work, and play. And I joke, but people have different love languages. They like to be contacted by email, by phone, by text, a variety of ways. Direct mail, I don't know what it is, but it's so interesting when you get responses and some people say, oh, I never check my email or I never check my phone. You've got to go after them in every way possible. And you can even ask that person, hey, what's the best way to reach out to you if we have a special or we want to tell you something? And if they tell you, mark that, keep your data. Building that database is the key to your success. Approaching the customers where you need them. So how about your business? In certain instances, people are willing to pay more for convenience. We have a clothing store. It's a dark store called KDJ. It's tween clothing, meaning like 10 to 13-year-old girls' clothing. And if someone's got a bar mitzvah or a quinceañera or some other party to go to, and their mom wants or dad wants them to have the latest fashion at the last minute, we've delivered a $30 item, and the customer's paid $50 to $100 to have it delivered so they can get it right away. And to that price, to that customer, that convenience is a big deal because they want it now. So if you're able to offer people, even at a higher price point, to get something in an emergency, and people buy things when they want them. It's not an emergency to buy a pound of chocolates or a toy, but if you have a busy day and your kid's got a birthday party and you forgot to get a toy and you can't run out and get it, on Trellus will get it to you in a couple hours. You're not going to get that anywhere else. And that's part of the convenience and having that ability and letting your customers know that you can do that. So the free delivery problem. Again, drivers get paid. They expect to be paid. If you look at Instacart, they add a convenience fee at checkout. They call it everything except a delivery fee. They upcharge on the items. That's how they make their money. But I'm going to hammer this home. It's what consumers expect is they want fast delivery. They want free delivery. They want to know what they're paying. And they want flexible options. Maybe I could get it delivered between 3 and 6. Maybe I can get it delivered tomorrow. It's not about what's best for you. It's what you're best for your customers so they know that they can count on you and they keep coming back. And what you experience, unfortunately, is things that eat into your commissions. You have other apps you're competing with. There's fulfillment costs, the pressures on your margins. The goal is to offer your highest margin items on your website first because people read from left to right, and then they could scroll and find other items. So if you own, I'm going to go back to the liquor store, a bottle of wine that has a high margin, offer that first. Maybe say 10% off, even though you still get straight margins. But if you have a bottle of Kettle One vodka, you're making nothing on that. So having that as the first thing on your website is not your path to profitability. So strategically placing the items that have higher margins and marking them down a little and offering free delivery gives the consumer the illusion that they're getting something special. And maybe they are, but it helps you with your margins. And so you can pay your rent. Even if you have a home-based business, it helps you stay in business. But the consumer cares about them. They do not care about you. And what I found and what we found at Trellus is people say they want to support small businesses. The reality is they want convenience. And I found that most eye-opening when if I would have told you 25 years ago, will you put all your personal information online for people to criticize you, you'd say, no way. Well, that's Facebook. Nobody say they people what people say they do and what they really do in the real world are much different. They all say they want to shop local, but you got to give them reasons to. It's so easy to say something. Yeah, I want to save the whales. Well, what am I going to do that? Nothing, because it'd be nice to save them, but it's not really what's best for me. What's best for me as a human being is serving my needs, and that's what the reality is when people say they want to shop local. Okay, so here's what you're competing against. National carriers, FedEx, UPS, they have algorithms too. Their prices go up every year. If you have something really light and you do high volume, you could probably ship next day ground for the same price as same day, and most people won't care. But the heavier the package, the more expensive it is. National carriers charge on 2 points. They charge on dimensional or dim weight. So a box 12 by 12 by 12 was a lot more to ship than a box 4 by 4 by 4, and they ship by weight. So if you've got a big box that's light, it's going to be more than a small box that's heavier because they have algorithms to basically squeeze every nickel out of you. So that's one of the reasons why it becomes very expensive to ship next day ground unless you have something that's very light or very small. And when you receive packages in the mail, sometimes they're vacuum packed in plastic to get the volume down and the weight down. What's great about those carriers is they've got nationwide reach. They have tracking systems, and you know them. They're trusted brand names. But keep in mind when the holidays come, they jack up their rates. It's just like selling, it's like buying an ice cold soda on a hot day. You'll pay more than you will if it's 32 degrees outside. They have the same model with delivery. When you need it more, they're going to charge you more. So local couriers are few and far between. We're really pretty much the only shop local marketplace with same day delivery. There is Uber that does for packages, but they're not reliable, they're not as trackable. If there's a problem, there's no way to fix it. But with Trellus, we have somebody like Steve who takes a live phone call if there's an issue. And we make sure your packages get delivered. Our pricing is consistent and we have the ability to route. And what's the beauty of our model is we've done hundreds of thousands of deliveries. Out of every 1,000, we only don't deliver 6 products, 6 deliveries. And the reasons are a couple. Number one, it could be past closing time when we had to drop something off. But more often than not, the merchant puts 10 Main Street versus 100 Main Street on the package and it goes to the wrong place. We'll fix that for you the first couple times for free. But if it's a recurring habit, we're going to charge you. Our model does not allow for a bad address to go into the system. So if there's 23 Main Street, 25 Main Street, and you put in 24 Main Street, an error message will come up because it doesn't exist. So that's one of the beauties of our model. It doesn't accept bad addresses. So we spoke about peak season. You're going to get gouged when it comes to delivering things that are more expensive. And high volume merchants, for example, a business that does thousands of deliveries a day is going to get better pricing than the business that gets 2 deliveries a day. So the beauty of our model is everybody gets the same pricing. The whole purpose of Trellis is to help mom and pop businesses compete against corporate giants. So we don't squeeze you like UPS does. Independent businesses pay a rack rate and then you get discounted pricing on high volume. And interestingly enough, as we deliver nationally, I spoke to a Buffalo rancher selling meat delivering yesterday. And he said UPS charges him $55 to ship a 35-pound packages 100 miles, but he knows his competitors pay $35 because they ship hundreds of packages. Well, how do you compete against that? You can't. So that's one of the reasons why you have to use every tool in your tool belt to make sure that you're giving your customers good experience and you're meeting where they need. And in the beginning, until you get to scale, you're going to probably have to absorb some of those extra pricing fees if you use a national carrier. So third-party apps are built for speed and they're not built for everyday businesses. We don't do hot food on purpose. We don't want the stress of somebody delivering cold pizza and getting yelled at. We don't deliver people because there's plenty of people who do that are billion-dollar businesses. What Uber and DoorDash did brilliantly is when they first started and had billions of dollars of money from VCs, is they gave you a ride to the airport that should cost $100. They charged you $25. They did it for about a year and lost millions, if not billions of dollars until you were addicted and your consumer behavior became used to them. So you always thought of Uber, whether it's through their commercials or whether it's through their texting ads or just using them. You now think of Uber. And now your $25 ride to the airport is $110. It's actually a little more expensive than it was. And you're just used to them. Same thing with DoorDash. You're paying a huge premium for something that you could just call the restaurant directly and get it a lot cheaper. They've just created an addictive use of their app. To get someone to change their behavior, they have to use it 3 times. They have to do it at least 3 times to become a repetitive app. So if you want something that your consumers know and trust, you've got to get them to shop on whatever it is you're using, whether it's Instagram or responding to text or email ads 3 times, and then they'll think of you going forward. And that may be selling things at cost to get them addicted. But that's really what it comes down to. The longer the exposure, the more likely they'll use you. And Amazon and DoorDash and Uber Eats are amazing at that. They also charge the merchants huge commissions. So Uber Eats and Amazon, let me give you an Amazon example. My son has a really cool pet product business for small pets. He invented it in college, family of entrepreneurs. And he sells on Amazon. He sold 100 grand of pet products last year, which would sound great. Amazon has algorithms to squeeze every nickel out of him. So besides his commission, there was storage and transportation and advertising fees. He spent $66,000 on fees on his $100,000 in sales, and he actually lost $6,000 on Amazon. A much better model, by the way, is Chewy, where he does much less volume, but the algorithms don't squeeze every nickel out of him. They may get there, but the best for him is selling directly to retailers where he makes the most margin. And those apps will get every penny out of you they possibly can control. They will sell your product for a discount, even if you want to have MAP pricing, which means keeping your pricing at a certain price point. They own your data, so you can't market to them, and you're basically beholden to them. It's addicting. I almost joke like Amazon's like crack cocaine, because the more you sell, the more you need to do it to get profitable, and then they've got you. And then you put all your resources into it, and you're working for them and not for yourself. I don't think you're ever going to want to go to the moon or Mars, but all that money you're paying for is paying for Jeff Bezos to go to the moon and Mars. I'd rather see you lead a comfortable life and be efficient. So if you're doing $50,000 in revenue and making $10,000 in profit, it's a lot better than doing $100,000 in revenue than losing $6,000 in profit. And I'll tell you a quick funny story, which is funny for you, but it's not funny for me. I used to own a great restaurant in New York City called Aldea. It had a Michelin star. And my chef partner was an artist, and he just wanted 2 Michelin stars, which is only the finest of fine restaurants. And one of the things you needed to have to get a second Michelin star was to add extra product for your appetizers. So, for example, we had a shellfish appetizer. We sold scallops, and there were 3 scallops on the plate. And food costs need to be no more than 33% of a dish, or you lose money. So George was my partner, and he said, well, let's add 4 scallops because I want to be a 2-star chef. And I said, George, we're going to lose money in every dish that we sell. And he said, seriously, well, we'll make it up in volume, which was both funny and tragic, because if we sell more at a loss, we're just going to have more losses. So making great sales isn't the recipe for success. It's making efficient sales and having a higher profit margin is what you need to look at. And too many times people think selling things and you'll eventually get to profit. Even for a small business, that's not going to work. You don't have the ability to sell at a low price point to get that addictive personality and give things away for free like Uber and DoorDash and Amazon and Walmart did. You've got to be smart from day one. And that means getting to your customer every way possible, including convenience. And that's the whole reason for this SBDC conversation. So third-party apps. Almost 80% of our merchants aren't on Uber Eats or DoorDash. More than half aren't on Amazon. We sell a lot of specialty products, and that's our niche. And think about when you go into Huntington or Long Beach or some thriving downtown, the Hamptons, pretty soon Riverhead's going to be there. There's lots of independent merchants that are unique. But if you go to a place where there's a Target, a Walmart, a Best Buy, you can buy those things on Uber and DoorDash, but you can't buy them on Trellis. And those are commodity items, and you're really hurting your community by shopping there. Now, you might get things cheaper, you might not, but you're going to think you are, but you're not supporting your communities, and that's where the small business infrastructure comes in. We're building this great community of small businesses where you can get everything you need at your fingertips. So, this is like a quick Q&A thing. If anybody wants to chime in, if you don't, I understand. But I'm sure everybody here on this call has used an app for something. I'm curious what you like about them and what you don't. Feel free to share your input and just unmute your mic if you can. Gifty, if you want to chime in, you can. Anybody want to share something? This isn't school where you get picked on and you're going to be graded, but I don't like if there's a problem, I don't know how to fix it. I don't like that I'm not dealing with a human person. And if I need to change something and the order's done, it might be difficult. I don't like if something shows up wrong or missing, I don't have any recourse. When you're dealing with a corporate giant, they don't care. When you're dealing with a small business owner, they'll fix it. Those are my things. Steve, anything you want to share? To put you on the spot?
Yeah, no, that is a good one because when you try to communicate with anybody, you're not going to get to a real person. You have to kind of go through the channels, and it's quite frustrating. So I would agree with that one. Similarly, I think even just like within Uber, if the ride needs to get canceled and it's not your fault, so trying to get like a refund or things like that, it's always challenging. So yeah, definitely frustrating.
Yeah, your food showing up cold is a big one too. And but you got it. Gifty, you want to add something?
I was just reading the comments in the chat, and we have Anna Cruz saying, I don't like the fact that you have to talk to a bot. So it's similar to what Steve just said. It's hard to get a real person when you call. So
Yeah,
I,
it's interesting because hi, my name's Sally, a chatbot. Like, operator. I get that. I don't want to talk to a machine because it's gonna waste my time. And they do that because it's cheaper.
right.
We have another question. Someone asked, should I use AI chat for my product, or is that not a real connection?
Uh, you can use AI chat for your product, but I'll show you when I get to show you what we have on Trellis. We have something called Zendesk, which is very inexpensive, and it gets you to a live person very quickly. So you could put a question in and leave your number, and we'll call you back in 3 minutes, whatever it may be. That's a more effective thing. Dealing with a chatbot, I mean, maybe it becomes the way of the world going forward. I like personal connections. Uh, I find it extremely frustrating, especially when they have the fake music and typing in the background, like somebody really there. I'm not an idiot, but there's a human connection in shopping. And when we lose that, there's like a loss of humanity. We're trying to keep that with Trellis. Um, Anybody else before I move on?
I was going to say something that I don't know if it's so perfect if it is just the idea about is that sorry, my daughter's home from school today. The when you go to an app and then it like tells you to do stuff and you can't do it and you have to call somebody because they literally set it up to do this and you try to follow through and then you get all these things saying that it's incomplete or it's not working and it's really confusing. Basically, when there exists a web app at all and it doesn't work or efficiently tell you what happened wrong, I like talking to someone instead too, but I often try to use the like web tools available to me, and so it's just really frustrating to me. If it
Uh,
exists.
this is part therapy, part retail session. I agree wholeheartedly, Jesse. They started with call centers overseas, where you were dealing with somebody who didn't know didn't know your community, and I found that very frustrating. And then they moved to chatbots and AI, and yeah, each problem is unique and different, and you don't want to be treated as a number, and that they do that to keep their costs down. I don't like going through a menu. One of the things we try and do at Trellis is answer your call very quickly. It's a dying art, but if your consumers know if there's a problem and they can call your store directly, it's a lot more satisfying. That's a huge advantage you have as a retailer, that they can get somebody directly versus going to a national chain. So that's one advantage that you could share with your customers when there are issues, because everybody likes, going to a corporate giant saving money until there's a problem, and then they get frustrated. So good point, Jesse. Okay, anybody else, or we'll just move on a little bit. See if okay, so the marketplace. Amazon is going to take your money. You will be very difficult to be found on Amazon. I think they have something like 600 million products. It's an extraordinary amount of products. And the revenue they take will be more than 50% of your sale, even if they only take a fulfillment fee of 15%, which some of them do, and it's filled by third party. You're going to get crushed on fees. It's just if you want to show up on the first page, you got to pay ads, and then they have a bidding process every day, like Google. You want to be the first person to show up in Google or Amazon, you got to pay the most per click, and you want to be referred by another business, there's a fee there. It's just a race to the bottom. As a small business owner, your goal is to not sell more, to be more profitable. And while it might sound like a cool thing, if you're selling a commodity on Amazon, good luck. Uh, and you're buying on Amazon, a fair amount of stuff is counterfeit goods. It's just not a fulfilling experience unless you know exactly what you want to buy. And think about how Amazon started with books and then got into logistics at the end. We started as a logistics company and we got into books very recently, believe it or not. So we reverse engineered it because we thought that the ability to get products quickly was more important than selling infinite amounts of products. We could never compete against a business like that. So Amazon is optimized for national scale. Everybody wants to sell to 330 million people. In reality, you want to sell to the 100,000 people that live about 3 to 4 miles from your house. That's more than enough for you to be profitable. And then when you get big enough, you can create a national platform by partnering with a Shopify or using that as another tool in your tool belt outside of Trellus. But they deal and they support higher volume sellers, not smaller businesses. So this is a big slide here. You need same day delivery. You need local delivery. You need lower minimums to get free delivery. You need pricing that's very transparent. You need to be a supportive community member. And it's just a different model to be profitable. One thing I found, by the way, is taking sponsorships or supporting the local PTA does not increase your sales. It does not. Taking an ad in the local newspaper does not increase your sales. What increases your sales is creating some kind of action item for a consumer to come to you. Now you might want to support your local PTA, your local newspaper, or some charity and take a sign at a golf tee. It will not drive more customers to you. I'm telling you right now, as much as it's a great thing to do, and I just do it because I like being supportive of my community, it is not helping my business. What helps our business is providing benefits for people to shop. Just hopefully that saves somebody here money because we went through that painful experience ourselves, including being part of chambers. Well, it's nice to be part of a chamber, but most people in chambers are service-based businesses, like a retail store, like a real estate agent or a nail salon or a lawyer or accountant. They might be good for referring back and forth, but retail merchants don't, for the most part, ever join a chamber. It's just a very small percentage of it. And unless there's a really good active chamber, like Riverhead's got a good one. There's 100 chambers on Long Island. Everyone wants a fee. They don't work as well as just going right after your customers. So this is one of the last slides. We basically we built a small business platform that offer other products and services to save businesses and time owners money and owners time and money. I'll walk you through our marketplace very quickly, but that's the vision of Trellus. There isn't another model like Trellus in America, and the reason is it's hard. I thought people would want to shop locally. The reality is they want cheap stuff quickly. That's why Amazon's so successful. So we're constantly tweaking our model. We have free delivery if you purchase something. We only take 10% of the sale when we sell a product, But we also offer other services like delivery and logistics, which is really how we make our money, but we do it on high volume and we keep our prices very low. But the goal of Trellis is to offer the small business owner everything they need to be successful. One of the things we do on our platform is we give you a free website. We enable you to sell your products to your customer very easily, which we love. So here's some fun facts about our business model. Uh, our marketplace is live on Long Island. We're in Sonoma County, Westchester. We do delivery throughout New York State for heavier products because that's where the margin is. I discussed earlier, we work with food banks, we work with wineries, ranches, and farms because those heavier products, there's a huge space in the market for regional same-day delivery, and we're expanding quite quickly with that. If you're in Suffolk County, we actually have grant funding for free delivery for another 4 or 5 months. We have some money left still. So if you join Trellis, you could use our delivery network and offer free delivery, which would get paid for by this grant until the money runs out. It was from government funds during COVID, and they have to be either used or exhausted by June the June of this year. So that's some facts about our business model. So this is our batching, and one of the things that we're really good at is if our price is $7.99 within 5 miles of a delivery, as long as it fits in a car, that's what the cost is, unless it's extremely heavy. And if you do several one-off deliveries, the cost adds up. But if you use batching and you push all your deliveries into one route, we only charge from the last stop. So you can see here how the price is a lot lower than if you did them separately. And that's one of the things that we would do with our merchants is we try to get them to work smarter, not harder. So if you bake bread and you only have delivery days of Tuesdays and Fridays, so it's fresh, this works really well. If you do oil deliveries after 3 o'clock and you just take them during the day, that works well too. Unless the customer says, I need it now, you're going to beat Amazon on time with delivery. And that's one of the things that our model offers. This is just a comparison of traditional carriers, third-party apps, and fulfilled by Amazon. We offer small businesses a real distinct advantage. These are all, I'm not going to read through them one by one, but I've gone through them during this conversation, is our model is to get Long Island shopping at small independent businesses, and same thing with North Bay of San Francisco, and soon to be other places, so your communities thrive, so your businesses stay vibrant, and you're fulfilling a need. It's not about you, it's about fulfilling the need of the customer to get the products they want from the stores they know and love quickly. If they know they can get a toy from you quickly and they have a birthday party later today, they'll go to you than Amazon, because Amazon may or may not show up same day could be at 10 o'clock tonight. But you're going to get a delivery. An average delivery time for us is between 90 minutes and 2 hours. If you need it rushed, you could put a little thing on your ticket, which I'll show you, and it really helps. This is the grant I spoke about earlier. Each business gets a minimum $2,500 delivery credit. That's good enough for about 300 deliveries. Let's hope you need that many. So if this is a business based in Suffolk County and this was put on by the SBDC, it's free. You just fill out a short, you have to guarantee that you live in Suffolk County by giving us like a electric bill or something like that, and you get the grant. So it's helped a lot of businesses. We have over 100 that use it, and they love it. And who doesn't like free delivery? Not only does the customer like it, the businesses do too. So here's the solution we have. This is the marketplace. I'm going to go through that in a quick second. We have an app. You can download it both on Apple and Android. Just go to the App Store and type in Trellis Local Delivered, and you'll have the experience at the click of a button like you do with any other app, or you can shop on our website, which is a bigger interface and easier to see, but it's really well done. A couple more slides before we're done. This gal actually is in Long Beach. She makes great rainbow cookies. When you have the infrastructure around your business to support the ability for consumers to shop locally, they will come. And that includes the visibility through Instagram and through our marketplace, the ability to have it delivered quickly, having that personal relationship with your customer and getting feedback and taking notes about who they are and what they want, and even knowing their kids' names. There's a connection there. People at the very base of every relationship want to feel important. And when you ask them, hey, how was John's soccer game? Or how's Sally doing in school? They'll know that you care, and subliminally they'll come back over and over again. Don't be a cold, withdrawn business owner. You've got to invite people into your store. It's your home, and they're bringing their products into their home. You've got to make them feel welcome. Promotions and growth and all that other stuff will help you with that and help you grow your businesses. But basically, supporting local today means staying on top of tech and competing with corporate giants. So that's Trellis's presentation. I'm going to walk you through our platform very quickly. I'll stop here for a quick sec. If anybody has any questions, Colleen, who's our head of our marketing, I see has jumped in. She helped put this presentation together. Thank you, Colleen. It came out great. Does anybody else have anything they want to share or add before I go into a little tutorial about Trellus? Don't all ask at once. Look, my contact info is in here. It's at the top of the screen. It's right here. I like to be communicated by text. So after this call, if you have any questions or you need referrals or you need a resource, Trellus is a network that connects things in a garden. Well, we're connecting consumers to businesses and businesses to businesses. You may want to work with a business on our platform, sell your products there, or feature their products in your store. We'll make that connection. So texting me and I'll respond same day. If not, I've been kidnapped or killed. So call my wife. She loves me and she'll know I'll be gone. I'm really good at communicating. That's one of the things I'm good at because you're important to me and the people who reach out to me are important to me. And if I don't have the answer, you'll know the answer is no quickly. But as I said earlier on, if you don't ask, the answer always is no. We have one new text here. Let me see. Can Trellus be integrated to the retailer's website, or does the retailer need to use your website app? Steve, would you like to answer that?
Yes, for sure. So we can be integrated to your website for the delivery portion of it. So as Adam mentioned earlier, we could show up at checkout if that sale was going through your website, show up as an option as like same day delivery through Trellus. As far as the marketplace is concerned, you get your own storefront. So it's really just like your main page as far as what you'd be selling through Trellus through the marketplace. You can certainly link that to your website and have, shoppers easily kind of go through that process. So yeah, there's multiple ways we can kind of connect your website through Trellus.
And Steve's the point of contact for that. If you just want to toss your information in the chat, that'd be great.
Yes.
He'll help you get started if you have any questions. Let me share the website with you. And we have 5 or 10 more minutes, and then hopefully you'll go out and shovel your driveway or do something exciting like that. But if you wanted to get something delivered today, we're working, and you could be on our platform. So this is Trellus Live. These are the categories we work with. Right now, it's not everything, but it's a pretty healthy group of categories. We feature different things depending on the season. For Valentine's Day, we'll have flowers up here, but we work with alcohol. We have a liquor license to deliver. And then Colleen curates all this. These are unique, cool things you can buy. By the way, these Catalinas, empanadas are delicious. I like them, I eat them often. But there's also unique products. This is a place that will feature merchants on. Right now, there's no cost, but eventually we'll be charging for this. You want to shop at the Flower Basket? You click through, it goes right to your website. These are new products that are added. We add at least 1,000 new products every week. I don't know what a Blue Implosion Burlesque glass bottle stopper is, but if you want one, you can buy it right here on Trellus. We have things that are on sale. You can mark down very easily sale items on your platform. I actually did buy a very similar shirt like this. It's coming tomorrow. I can't wait for it. This is that same gal who has those delicious rainbow cookies. And then we have different sections. But a big part of our model is we have by category. And here's what I wanted to show you. For example, when you go on our platform, we're not having you compete against the merchants. The closest merchant to where you live will come up. So I live in East Hills. Muscari Florist is the closest merchant. But as you can see, as you scroll out, you can get flowers from anywhere that you want. And all of them offer free delivery on our platform. On Muscari Flowers, if you click onto their platform, you get a link. This link is your link. So you don't need to go out and start a website. If you want to be on Trellus, you get your unique a link that you could send in an email or post in Facebook, and this takes you right to your store. So if you decide to go bougie and buy $180 worth of flowers for pink petals, and you want to only your products come up if you want to add to your basket size. Let me add this to the basket. I'm going to buy the Electrify because that's how I feel. You add it to the cart. I'm going to get the 5x5 because I didn't want to. Actually, they don't have the 5x5. I'm going to add this one to the cart, the deluxe one, and I'm going to go to the checkout. So I just bought. I didn't buy $300 worth of flowers yet, but this is what somebody does buy on a regular basis. And right here, we're doing free delivery, so people feel like they're getting something for nothing. You go to checkout, and it's pretty cool. You can pick it up in the store, like we said. We're going to be adding nationwide shipping this summer. You want timing, you want it delivered today, usually, or you want to deliver it on Saturday. We have all that built in here. You want a delivery location change. This is my house, so come visit me if you want. I'm home. You want to add a tip. You want to add a note. All you do is add all that. Here's your total cost, free delivery. You place the order, and bam, you're done. I'm going to clear my cart because I'm not going to buy $300 worth of flowers. And I will now show you what the back end looks like. So when you're a merchant and you get your own delivery, you put in a delivery request. This is what it looks like on your end. You can do it same day. And all you do is, same day, all you do is fill this out and it auto-populates very quickly. It takes 10 seconds to fill this out. You hit send and you get a ticket you put on your bag or box, which I'll show you in a second. If you have a route and you've got tons of deliveries, maybe it's Christmas week and you're a liquor store and you have 30 stops, you upload a spreadsheet and our tech automatically routes every single stop and spits out a bunch of tickets. If you want to add off one stop at a time, you can easily do that and see what the cost is. You may not want to put one delivery that's 30 miles out of the way, and you might want to ship that UPS. But it's a very simple system that allows you to deliver to your customer. We have 100 drivers on Long Island. You put a delivery in, it hits your app, the driver picks it up, and you could track them along the way. And I'm going to show you in real time what it looks like. So this is the back end of Trellus. These are all the actual deliveries that are happening now. And it's color coded. So a delivery was put in at 10:06. Katie J's, that bougie clothing store I told you about. We haven't assigned a driver yet. That was only 4 minutes ago. Sir Speedy is a printer. You don't have to be a retail store to use our business. You could just be a logistics partner. We have about 1,000 logistics partners. We only have about 300 merchants that sell on our platform, but they use us for convenience. He does 3 deliveries, and the driver will be there at 10:39. This delivery is completed. This is a florist that was put in last night after they were closed, and somebody came in the morning, picked it up, and dropped it off. Let me show you a batch. What it looks like. One sec. So, okay. Here's Eat Better Meals. This is a meal kit company. These are the batch details. These are all the drivers assigned and when they'll be there. I want to see, Steve, if the labels will come up. Let me just see if the labels, print batch labels.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Okay. So here's all the labels you get. This is what it looks like when you put in one delivery. Here are all the labels that you get that you put on your boxes. And it's done in order using our tech to route it to the closest distance from the last stop to basically make sure your price is as affordable as possible. And that driver will do that route in that order. So all this tech that we've shared and all the stuff that we have is basically here to help. Let me stop sharing. Here to help your business grow. And I really hope this has been informative. We love what we do. We're a Long Island-based business. We plan on being national, but hopefully you've gotten some feedback about what it takes to really make your business successful. I mentor quite a few people. 60. I know I look into my late 50s, but I am 60. And I'm happy to connect you or help you in any way possible with anything you need to help your business grow. As far as the Bronx and Yonkers, we will do delivery there, but we don't have a marketplace there. We have drivers who are based in Westchester, and we could do local delivery for you. We want to stay out of Manhattan and Queens for the most part because it's impossible to deliver effectively and efficiently. We want to make sure our drivers get paid, and to go from 2nd to 10th Avenue could take 2 hours. let a bicycle courier do that. We really work better in the suburbs for logistics and in the country. Our model works really, really well. So we cover 100% of Long Island. You could deliver something to Montauk today if you wanted to put it in. Steve or Colleen, is there anything that I'm missing that you wanted to add?
One other thing is just we don't run on any type of contracts or commitments. So we always like to say, kind of like, as you grow, we grow, and we really like to be flexible like that. So no contracts, commitments, no minimums as far as any deliveries that need to be put in. So again, we just try to work with you on a lot of those things.
Yeah, yeah, and also beyond that, we have support. We do. Colleen oversees a team that does Instagram. When you join us, we'll do an Instagram post for you. We may feature you during the holidays if you're running a special. We also give out discount codes to new merchants. If you want to get people addicted to you, we'll give you up to 25% off up to what is it, $20, Steve?
Yeah, 25% off up to $20 of the purchase to share out to your customer base. So that way, hopefully, can help drive you some additional traffic and pair it with free delivery. It's a really nice offer.
Yeah. So somebody just asked in the Q&A in the chat. There is no subscription fee. You use Trellis as you go, so you can sign up, get access to our delivery platform. The only time you pay is when you use us. You could go on our marketplace. You get a link. You literally have a website. The only time you pay is when a sale is created. We take 10% of the sale. We include free delivery, which basically breaks us even on average for it because we want people to using our platform to get them addicted. But no, there's no contracts, there's no subscriptions, there's no fees. Once people join, they rarely leave because there's no cost to it. At the very least, you have a business there, so people will see it and they may know and advertise about it. Oh, wow, good to know. This is cool. Thank you. It is cool. I read that a little slow because dramatic effect. On the website, like I mentioned, on the bottom right hand of the screen, there was a little bubble. That gets you to a live person, not a computer chat or AI. Can I take phone orders from Trellis? So yes, Anna Cruz, you get phone over the phone. They avoid the marketplace. You don't pay 10%. We don't care. You could use us for delivery, and for delivery, it's $7.99 for the first 5 miles and $1.75 a mile after that. So yes, a lot of merchants, like that printer I showed you earlier, doesn't have a place on our marketplace, but they use us all the time and they route their deliveries, and we only charge from the last stop. So the first 5 miles is $7.99, whether the thing costs $1,000 or $3, and then we drop it off, and the next stop starts from the last stop. The next 5 miles is $7.99. If you go an extra mile, it's another $1.75. Gives you the ability to deliver much further. So if you bake, for example, and you have like Thanksgiving and you do 50 pies, well, don't run around like a mad person and drop them off. Use our tech. Run around east, run around west, run around north and south, and each stop will be $7.99. It's using us efficiently to work smarter, not harder. And then bake, pun intended, the price of the delivery into your pie. We have this great farm called Elijah Farms. They have 3 pies for, one pie is $25. They do 3 pies for $65, and they do free delivery. And people will buy more pies because they want to get a little discount, and they get free delivery, and it really costs them a lot less than that to bake a pie, and then they get your pie. So you got to be creative and meet the business and the consumer where they want it. But yes, you have access to our marketplace or just the delivery if you need it, and you pay as you go. And we want to drive you orders. Colleen, I know you're on mute. Is there anything you wanted to add? I know you did a lot of work on this, and I wanted to give you major props for putting this together. I don't know if you stepped away, but if you did not, thank you for this presentation. She will work with you to help get your business out there. But in the end, it's up to you to promote. We're not DoorDash. We don't take 35% of your sale and then spend money on Super Bowl commercials. We're Trellis. You've got to do the work and reach out with email blasts and put links in that we gave you to get people shopping on your platform. And make sure that you have text campaigns and put a sign of Trellis in your store. We want to work with you in this network to build your business, but don't rely on us to do it. You'll only be as successful as the work you put in. So,
of course. Thank you. Thank you
Gifty?
very much. Yes, thank you very much. It's been unbelievably wonderful. We learned a lot. I'm glad you came out to speak with everyone. I got a lot of value from this, and I'm sure everyone did as well. It costs nothing, like you heard, to be on that marketplace and to use their services. You only pay when you use their services. That's the understanding I got from this. And thank you so much. Now, after the workshop closes out, you'll receive a survey. Please take a moment to fill out the survey. Your feedback is very important to us. We'd like to have a lot more workshops, and your feedback will help us to do that. So thank you everyone once again for attending. And I
Gifty,
hope
I
you
want
have
you to be a spokesperson for us. You've got the best name in the business.
Yes, Gifty, I'm a gift.
Thank you,
Thank you
everybody.
so much.
We really
Thank you,
appreciate
everyone.
we really
Yes.
appreciate it. And feel free to share Trellis with your friends and family. We grow by a network of getting the word out there. So thank you for your time. I enjoy doing this, and hopefully we can add value to your lives and your business.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you.